Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the Bluedio TLF. These are the first true wireless earbuds from Bluedio. They're getting more and more popular these days, especially with their turbine line of headphones, but those are larger on-ear style headphones now with active noise cancellation, and they have pretty good bass. Bluedio also makes some pretty solid speakers for a really budget price, but again, these are their first small earbuds, which really focuses on portability. So these have Bluetooth 5.0, and just like other Bluedio products, it's very affordable. It actually retails for under 40 bucks, but you can find it on sale already for around $20 or so if you shop around. They're not the most striking design in the world, but I really like the color schemes that you can pick. Otherwise, they claim to last up to 7 hours on a single charge, and with the battery case included, it should last for under 40 hours, so average considering the small size. There's a QR code that you can scan to learn more info about this model, and otherwise there's just a quick sticker to tell if this is a genuine product or not. Inside we have the instruction manual along with a USB Type-C cable used for charging. Very nice, especially considering the low price. We get some spare silicone tips, but more importantly, there's also a pair of memory foam tips included in the box. So it's actually pretty impressive. You can actually squeeze them shut and they will slowly expand. They're more comfortable for long-term listening and also are better at noise isolation. Because foam tips are more expensive to manufacture, these are actually the cheapest true wireless earbuds I've seen that includes a pair right out of the box. Moving to the battery case, it is a very simple and straightforward design. It's constructed out of polycarbonate but has a decent weight to it overall. The side here also has the USB Type-C port, and there's a LED light that will glow blue when the earbuds are inside and charging. Now the back here we also have a metallic hinge, which is very similar actually to the Apple AirPods. Speaking of, here's a quick size comparison with the Apple AirPods. Dimensions are a little bit larger, but all in all, still very compact and portable. So it's a nice form factor overall. Anyways, moving on to the inside of the battery case, we can lift it up, and again, the LED here will blink a few times. There's a magnet that's holding the entire lid closed, and whenever you open up the door of the battery case, the earbuds actually automatically turn on, and whenever you shut the lid, they automatically turn off because of the pressure of the door. With that being said, the first time I took these out of the box, I could only get sound to come out from the left side, so I just put them back into the case, closed the door, opened it up again, and it was working fine the next time. But there was that initial glitch that required me to manually turn them off and then on again, which I haven't encountered from some of its competitors like QCY and Soundpeats. So maybe that's because, again, Bluedio is still relatively new at the TWS game, but overall, not too far off from expectations. You can simply take these out of the charging case and they're held into place magnetically with these pogo contact points. Again, we can see that the door's hinge is made out of aluminum, so it does have a pretty sturdy construction. Everything just closes and opens up again with a satisfying click. Otherwise, the earbuds themselves definitely don't have the most distinctive design in the world, but they are extremely lightweight and compact. They are tiny and have got to be some of the smallest earbuds I've ever come across. So Bluedio have definitely, I think, reached a new standard when it comes to portability, because when you're wearing these, it feels like you're just wearing nothing at all. What you'll also notice is Bluedio have opted for a physical button as opposed to a capacitive sensor that we've been seeing more and more of on some of its rivals, but it makes a pretty tactile sensation if you're just tapping on it to play and pause your music or skip tracks and rejecting phone calls. Moving into audio quality and performance, luckily they don't disappoint. With that being said, all of the Bluetooth 5.0 generation earbuds I've tried so far, I haven't been really disappointed in, so this is just no exception. It is very stable. There's no popping at all. You can play and pause a track really quickly. There's almost no latency, so the video and the audio are perfectly synced together. Now, if you're a fan of Bluedio's turbine headphones, you know that the bass is extraordinary. If you're expecting the same level on these tiny earbuds, obviously it's not going to be the same extent, but as far as earbuds go, it still does a decent job in terms of bass. Mids and highs are also very clear sounding. It doesn't really distort unless you turn it at the maximum volume, but overall it's a very pleasant sounding experience. Again, even if you play and pause the track really quickly, it doesn't cut off abruptly. Everything is just very smooth. Honestly, they're not anything worse than the Apple AirPods, which is already saying something considering that these are just a fraction of the cost, and they are actually a step up compared to some of QCY's offerings. So as far as the first attempt from Bluedio goes, it's actually a pretty impressive foray into smaller earbuds. Overall, if you're looking for a pair of budget, low-cost, true wireless earbuds, I would say that these are actually a very strong pair to consider. They have the latest USB Type-C standard. They're extremely comfortable, include a pair of memory foam tips, which you simply won't find from any other competitor in this price, and very solid audio quality as well. Only slight quirks quirks would be sometimes the left and the right earbuds don't always pair together when you take them out of the box, so it requires you to put them back in and then take them out again. Maybe because when you first take them out, somehow the left is maybe still turned off or something. I'm not entirely sure. But otherwise, of course, again, the bass is not going to be as rich as on some of their larger headphones. But as far as earbuds go, again, it sounds quite good. So just keep those expectations in mind. Finally, I would say that these are definitely better for casual exercising as well as for walking around or just really enjoying the music with these memory foam tips as opposed to vigorous exercising because, again, they don't have a larger wing on the outside that adds more resistance. But all in all, again, for only around 20 bucks or so, I would say that these are definitely a good pair to take a closer look at, especially if you are a fan of Bluedio's products. You can check out more details in the links down below, but for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the Bluedio T-ELF True Wireless Earbuds.